starting to have a look at oil with gold, with gold. We have it with gold with Ainslie. Ainslie,
how are
what's
you?
the gold market been like? Good, thanks. I'm in Papamoa Beach on a family holiday. Sunday night, driving home tomorrow.
Very nice.
Sun even came out yesterday. Stayed out for a whole day.
A holiday is a good thing in lockdown. That helps.
Yeah, we're not quite in lockdown where I am, to be honest. We're a bit lucky, really. We are a bit lucky, really. But yeah. And on the bright side, Angie, while you're in lockdown, you're not in a Melbourne lockdown, right?
We're not in a Melbourne lockdown, but we're coming out of our lockdown because our vaccination rate has been quite remarkable. We were off to a bit of a sluggish start, but we're bringing it home in spades, I've got to tell you.
Is that why everybody in Sydney went to the beach today? Is it because you're coming out of lockdown, so everyone thought I'd just go to the beach for the day, I go to Bondi, have a little party?
Oh, Bondi, they actually, you're allowed to picnic in groups of 5. Yes. The only problem was they couldn't tell where some of the groups of 5 stopped and the next one started. It was absolutely heaving down there on a Friday night. But look,
let's go back to gold, Ainslie.
Well, I'll just add on that, and just to link into what Ash has just finished saying. We're coming out of lockdown, and a rally in the Australian dollar with the economy opening up is probably another fundamental feather in the cap just to keep in mind.
When are you coming out, Ainslie? It'd be interesting as well, because I think we had a bit of talk about dollar Sing, and Sing is going back into lockdown. Another month, I think, for them. When are you guys coming out?
11th of October.
Wow, like seriously coming out.
That is stage 1, and they expect us to be out. That'll be 70% fully vaccinated, because we're at 60% now fully vaccinated in New South Wales, and at 80%, they're opening the borders. I know. I've read about Singapore, but they're doing it in stages, and 11th of October, they expect us to be at 80%. That's 16 years and older. They expect us to be out the following week or so.
I like the approach, Ainslie, and just because Singapore is highly vaccinated and they've had to go back in and tighten up some restrictions, and to be fair to them, very, very well equipped to deal with it. It doesn't mean that someone else can't try and do something along similar lines. At the end of the day, we have 2 choices. We either work towards, this is only my opinion, and this is a trading show, so it doesn't matter, but we either work towards a world we want to live in, or we accept the world we live in. And I personally think that a lot of people couldn't live in today's. Let's get on to gold. That's what we're here for. What's happening with gold?
Yeah, I'm just going to grab a chart, just kicked young Ash off. But yeah, either way, let me tell you, it's pretty exciting to think that we're actually coming out either way. But let's have a little look at gold. Has she been behaving like we'd expect to? Not really. Not really. We've had FOMC this last week, and then we've just not gone anywhere fast. I had hoped that we'd see a bit of upside movement, but we just didn't get that. Thursday morning FOMC is down, but what we're just going to have to be patient for. And I still think we are going to see a little bit more of a push up in gold into about the first week and a half of October, which is a seasonal buy. But let's listen and stay really tuned with what's happening with the US dollar. The US dollar. It's meant to be, look, and I heard, and I keep hearing it, and Alexia, that's my daughter, Alexis has said that, is it too big to fail? Is it going to be propped up? Are we just going to push on through? All the rest of it. These are things that we're just going to have to take into consideration to see what will happen with gold as it reacts to the US dollar. What we had here also in FOMC, we also had an increase in the Treasury bond yields. They sort of skipped away the US Treasury bond yields. When they go up, gold goes down, and it's all pretty ugly. And as you can see, it came down pretty hard during this last week because the bond yields accelerated. But to be honest, I just haven't got We've got it sitting down here. We haven't got a strong move down that we thought that we might have had down here to the 17 level if all belts were off. I don't think we'd hit the 1750 mark, but boy, did we come screaming into that. And look, there we did, but we bounced pretty quickly and we've just sort of hovered around there, closing during the week at 1750. So obviously we know that there's a really strong level of support in through there at 1750. Where to next is all going to be dependent on the mighty US dollar and where it will go to from there. I just need to move fairly carefully here because looking at the chart, obviously, and I'm looking at it on a daily and on a weekly, monthly, and even on the 4-hourly, it does look like we're in succession for a downtrend because we have very neatly 3 lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. And by definition, that is a downtrend. Are we going to just peak out here? Are we going to stabilize at the 1750 mark around here? Don't know. Can't tell you. Let's see what happens with the US dollar. Let's see where we go to. Seasonally, post-election year, we should be looking for a bit of a push-up anyway on a seasonality into the first week or two of October. But then we go into a bit of chop. And if we start to listen to what has happened previously, we will be looking at chop and a downhill slide back down to when I'm looking for a turnaround later on in the year. So we've got a bit of ups and downs coming. And we all know that you can see it's just gold hasn't performed particularly well this time, but that's where we've got a lot coming down the line with the US dollar, and gold hopefully will be a nice safe haven.
Cheers for that, Ainslie. Thank you very much. Yes, hopefully. I'm still just patiently waiting for gold to go back and be gold and just give us a nice run at some point. It does tend to range and then bang out. So if that's the range has been going for long enough, it's going to bang out. When it does go, you get the feeling it's going to go a fairly long way in one direction or the other.